From the shadows of the National Palace to the muddy trenches of politics. This is the Pigsty, the pig pen of dirty politics.
How are you, my dear inhabitants of this filthy sewer that pretends to be informative? Welcome to another episode of the Pigsty, the pig pen of politics. The only corner of cyberspace where we don't wash our faces to tell the truth. Because here, it's the filth that shines. I'm your untrustworthy host, Che Moreno, broadcasting from the most honest pig pen on the web, courtesy of my boss, Luis Berman, who lets me speak my mind. Meanwhile, those from the transformation keep searching for their dignity under the rug at the National Palace. Make yourselves comfortable, because today we bring you a feast of submission, hypocrisy, and a lethal dose of reality that will taste like a purge to the Morenistas. You're already prepared to dive into Banana Republic geopolitics. Let's get started. Let's begin with the Protectorate of fake smiles. It seems that on the second floor of the transformation, the air is so rarefied that oxygen no longer reaches their brains. Or do they just love to play dumb with Oscar-worthy mastery? It turns out neither Claudia Sheinbaum, her lackeys, nor her fans who defend their paycheck. With a convert's faith, they've managed to process something as simple as an instruction manual. They tear their clothes over a microwave, shouting sovereignty and no to invasion, when the reality is something else. Nobody is asking for the Marines to land in Veracruz as they did in 1914. What common sense dictates and what our northern neighbor is demanding is mutual cooperation to eradicate the real owners of the country, organized crime. But of course, for the Morenistas, asking to fight the narcos is a personal offense. Haven't they been feeding off that for 7 years? But is it perhaps a defensive reaction or is it a confession? Because it's hilarious to see the little Morena deputies and senators saying they'll defend Claudia with their chests if necessary. There's that scruffy Fernandez Noronha, who has claimed that he'll put his chest in front of bullets against any external intervention or foreign threats. Supporting the nationalist stance of the maid of well-being. Come on, you beasts, analyze your own rhetoric. Donald Trump has been clearer than the water in a cenote before the Maya train. I'm definitely going after the cartels. If in the face of that threat, you jump as if someone put a spring under your butt to defend the lady, what are you trying to tell us? It's an implicit acknowledgement that she's part of the cartel's inventory. It's just a question. Don't get all worked up. But as the saying goes, if the shoe fits, wear it. And here the shoe seems to be embroidered with silk thread from Badiraguado. And the thing is, Mr. Naranja has a way about him that honestly makes my day. It's the Trump method. Humiliating compliments. We've seen how the tycoon with the orange toupee handles women in power, as if they were people with different abilities. Is that his go-to way to reveal a final hand? First the sweet, then the whip. Every time Trump mentions our president girl, he showers her with compliments that sound like they're straight out of a beauty pageant from the 80s. She's such a wonderful woman. She's terrific. She's so elegant. But be careful, because in seconds, the poison comes in the next statement. She's scared because cartels control Mexico. Translation for those unfamiliar with Trumpese or reality. Flattery isn't diplomacy, it's the most elegant way to say she's useless, corrupt, and submissive. It's like someone telling you, what a nice suit you're wearing. Too bad the person wearing it doesn't even know how to walk. We should reflect on ourselves by looking at Venezuela's example. Delcy and Claudia are two sides of the same coin. If you want to see the future of Mexico, you just have to look through the window of Caracas after Trump, a display of their own morality. The kind that says they don't need international law because their mind is their only limit. Would he carry out the military operation to arrest Maduro? Yes, that dictator whom people here defend as if he were an angel, the bastard. The tone changed magically. Recently, the supposed interim president of Venezuela, Delcy Rodriguez, came out with a script that seems to have been written by Sheffield's own community manager. Both said almost the same thing. I had a long and courteous phone conversation with the President of the United States, Donald Trump, conducted in a framework of mutual respect, in which we addressed a bilateral work agenda for the benefit of our peoples, as well as pending issues between our governments. Trump's version matched that of his representative. We spoke on the phone, he's a fantastic person, and we work very well together. Marco Rubio's watching this, and I also had a long call. We talked about many things. We're getting along well with Venezuela, please. The subjugation of Caracas is so evident that they don't even need to hide it anymore. Trump celebrates like what he is, a conqueror who has just crushed an ant rebellion. Does he refer to Delcy with the same tone as to Claudia? He treats both of them like employees of the month at a franchise he just bought. Is this sovereignty? Isn't it just a telephone protectorate? The most convenient thing for the United States these days isn't missiles, it's phone calls. And maybe I'm even being generous. I think sometimes even a WhatsApp message is enough. Why spend money on fuel for aircraft carriers if with a single phone call they can make an entire region tremble? And there are plenty of examples. Petro in Colombia, the same one Trump insulted, is now announcing joint operations. Xiomara Castro in Honduras, asking to speak with him respectfully. The discourse appears focused on sovereignty, not subordination. Inside, fear smells like cold coffee. Delcy is already under his control, and Claudia is kept waiting in the corner of the National Palace office, waiting for the calendar to mark the right moment for the final blow. The big question, when will the blow hit? We're close to seeing Donald Trump slam his fist down decisively on the table. There are no more frictions in the Protectorate, because the protector and the protected get along very well, according to Trump's standards. In other words, as long as you bow your head and clean up the cartel mess or let him clean it up, everything will be wonderful. At the end of the day, a talker gets caught sooner than a lame man, right? Mrs. Delcy Sheinbaum, the reality is that, indirectly, Donald Trump is already in charge here from Washington. The 4T regime is turning into a branch of Mar-a-Lago, and the worst part is, they won't even get a rewards card. Well, piggies, that's it for today's feast. Keep believing in those tales of sovereignty, while you watch the neighbor decide even what brand of toilet paper is used in the National Palace. I'm returning to my corner, since this pigsty still has plenty of filth to expose. See you next time for another outburst of bile here at the Pigsty, the pig pen of politics. I'm Che Morano, the cleanest pig in the sewer. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Maybe that way we can buy a little dignity for those in the transformation. Although I'm afraid that merchandise is already sold out. Goodbye.
This is La Pasilga, the pigsty of politics with Che Morano.